We're from St Thomas Community Primary School, which is not far from the museum itself, and we've been taking part in the gardening project that you put on. Well, it's been really useful actually, because they've been learning about plants in science in the classroom, but like anything that's done in the classroom, it's not until you give it a real life sort of situation or scenario that it really comes alive. And the school really sort of values this relationship with the museum, and it's important for the children to sort of come down and get involved in real life situations and scenarios and just being a part of their community. We've linked up also with the National Waterfront Museum to get children involved in improving the digital aspect of what the National Waterfront Museum offers. Again, it's not just something that they're doing in the classroom, it's given it that wider meaning and means that the children can see the importance of learning those skills and why they're needed in the world now and in the future.
Okay, the children have come here today to take part in a project. At the moment they're painting shirts, fantastic colours with a theme of future. And they're really excited because their works will be included in an exhibition alongside the artist next month.
I want to be a singer in New York City, so then I can go around all and be a celebrity. I want to be an author and a singer, but I thought I'd be an author in my free time and then singer in my normal time.
Ballet is something, it's very expensive to go to, in terms of class fees as well as other costumes and traveling as well. It's really expensive in Swansea. So this is one of the good opportunities for our children to attend ballet class, something that they can never get otherwise.
So I work primarily with asylum seekers, and they don't have the right to work here in the UK. And isolation can be a really big problem, especially when you're living on such a small amount, less than £40 a week. Just the opportunity to get out of the house, meet new people, learn new things has a transformative effect on people's mental and physical health. And for me and the kind of Welsh community, it's important because it gives us the opportunity to learn and to share what's special to us, and that gives us a good feeling as well.
Okay, let's just start.
So, yeah, you go.
I do not see the future.
I do not know if I am coming or I am going.
I'm swinging around and around non-stop.
Who has the key to my future? Especially people who are seeking asylum, they need to be reminded of the fact that this is circumstances. The mysterious winds of life meant that they are where they are now. When you come to these classes, it's a perfect form of escapism. Yes, when you are here, you become you. Yes, but I always remind them and people who take part in these classes to go back to the reins of their dreams and their perfect landscape, although it might be broken now. But look for when it was perfect.
We've been talking about about Dylan Thomas and what he does and writes.
Yeah, and what did you find out about him?
That he died at a really young age, at 39, and he had a and the lady said that he had a kind of spooky death mask. We read some of Dylan Thomas's, bits of Dylan Thomas's letters that he wrote back to his family.
Kids will learn a little bit about Dylan Thomas and what he got up to, get a sense of pride in their heritage and also be inspired by what he achieved, a young man from Swansea who went on to become a world famous writer. It gives that sense of aspiration, as well as being very enjoyable. So I think from our point of view here at the centre, it's one of the favourite parts of all our jobs, just seeing what the young people come up with. So their imaginations are absolutely superb. And I hear some of the most amazing stories and poems in the course of any of our sessions here.
So I've been teaching, I teach the day service, so it's adults with learning difficulties, and the age can range from about early 20s to 80s. So what we do, we walk around and we look at all the artwork, but it's about the conversations that come up, things that are relevant today, that are actually happening in people's lives today. Also then we come back into the art room and then we start making and we start playing and we start kind of those ideas that we've seen from looking at real life art as well, kind of you really experiencing the artwork, kind of come to life then, and people, when they're in the sessions, they're led by their own instincts and their own kind of intuitive creative juices really and ideas. We have tea and we have coffee, so it's a social gathering as well, you know. So real friendships are formed as well.
And they used to have what was called the Eve of the Cup Final dance. And the night before the Cup Final, they would fill that place with local football people from Greenhill, from Divati, Greenhill, and all these different areas. But they were all footballers. And they were all, it was a great community spirit, and they went there and all they talked about was football. Football was a lifeblood here, other than the bowls. The bowls was for the older fraternity, but all the kids, all he wanted to do here, if he was good enough to get in the St. Joseph's side or North End side, he wasn't a bad footballer. He done all right. I never got in either.
I say in many ways, we as boys, you know, we're looking back and then we had a good childhood because look at the play we had. We had the massive beach. Where else, you know, if we got something like that? We were over the docks of the ships. We seen ships sail all over the world, weren't they? We had 5 banana boats coming in here in those days. You know, you could get a passage there and go to Venezuela. You know, and some people did and never came back. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me as you do. That's the wonder of you.
This year, Swansea was really lucky to host the biggest weekend, which saw some of the world's biggest pop stars, including Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, play at Singleton Park. My name is Simon Parton, and I'm a project coordinator for the Swansea Music Hub. Together with Fusion, we supported BBC Radio 1's Academy in the weeks leading up to the festival. We reached out to young people across the city, sharing opportunities, including workshops, events, and volunteering opportunities. We had over 7,000 people that got involved. We helped to facilitate over 50 workshops, which included songwriting, music production sessions, guitar lessons, getting into the music industry, advice for young aspiring musicians, and seminars on working in the digital industries surrounding music and radio. We also coordinated live events all around the city, which showcased both local and regional musicians and performers, which included choirs, bands, solo artists, and DJs. The legacy of these experiences for young people are invaluable and have inspired those that got involved to follow a creative career path. We're really pleased to have been involved and are committed to maintain the momentum after seeing how much of an appetite there is from young people in the city.
The way it always must be. Father, my dear, my love for you so deep.
Well, I was involved with the Swansea One project by being told by my friend that they were looking for people who haven't been born in Swansea, so out of Swansea. And I was asked what I particularly liked about Swansea, because my son was born here. I wrote a song for him about the sea and took some beautiful pictures and the fact of what I've seen here. And that was recorded and is showing in the museum, and it's beautiful to have people come and see our project. So I left something beautiful here as well for my son and anybody to see.
So how long have you been working in the garden? How are you finding it?
We started last autumn actually, with a meeting with you, Zoe, and then in January we slogged. Slogged since January, through the snow, through all the weather, all the elements until the sun's arrived.
Hello, I'm Lynette. I've always been interested in anything to do with the war and things like that. My grandfather was in the First World War. And when I heard about this project, I thought, right, it'd be something to get involved in. It's quite an emotional project, I think, to be involved in, because we're only going to be a very small part of it. But whereas the whole thing is sort of going to culminate in September, this will be a permanent feature. And, everyone is Swansea and from anywhere really can come and see the results of our labours. Yes.
We've did raised boxes. We've planted different things, vegetables in one, herbs in another. It's entertaining and enjoyable. I find it good therapy, although I am a gardener myself. But what I've learnt while I've been down in the project, I've learned a lot.
But we've had a ball. Loved it, loved meeting new people, and far better to be here outdoors and sitting watching you swimming or whatever, because it's been a pleasure.